stop being a fugitive from the law.
So why do Indian media, why are they doing
Scandal
this?
sells. Simple as that. Why does the Indian media only portray scandal? Because only scandal sells, guys. Come on. I always had this thing that I wanted to own a league. When we started IPL without a single rupee.
This is the story about Lalit Modi.
The man behind the DLF Indian Premier League. He is the chairman and chief commissioner of the IPL, Mr. Lalit Modi.
Not everyone liked how fast he was moving.
I now declare open the DLF Indian Premier League.
This wasn't just cricket, it was politics.
That the BCCI has been extremely hurt that a person called Lalit Kumar Modi misused his position, misused the confidence that he had gained, entered into an agreement that was falsifying facts, denying commercial gains to the BCCI.
I am the one who went out there and raised the money for the BCCI. A board when I joined was $40 million. The day I left, it has 57,800 crores in the bank.
You make 47,000 crores, does that give you the right? Does that give you the right to take away more than 400 crores? No to my questions. One question, number one, where did the money go?
I know you're not going to agree with anything I say. I'm not hiding from anything. I have nothing to hide.
Lalit Modi, all big talk and angry talk, but the fact is that you have been sacked and you have been sacked for life.
He built the hottest league in the world and got burned by it. How did a man with no cricket background created India's biggest sports league? The world knows how it ended, but to understand why, you must go back to where it all began. November 29, 1963, Delhi, India. Lalit Kumar Modi was born into wealth. Not just rich, dynasty level rich. The Modi family empire had its hands in tobacco, chemicals, agriculture, textiles, pretty much anything industrial India ever touched. His grandfather Gujarmal Modi had built it all from scratch. And by the time Lalit was born, the family was basically Indian royalty, rubbing shoulders with politicians, diplomats, and business tycoons. His father K.K. Modi ran the empire with sharp discipline and expected Lalit to someday follow in his footsteps. But Lalit was different. He wasn't dreaming about boardrooms or balance sheets. He wanted glamour, he wanted action, he wanted the world. In the 1980s, Lalit moved abroad for his study at Duke University in North Carolina. And this is where things started to change. Duke wasn't just a college for him, it was a whole new lens. He saw the American capitalism up close. He discovered sports marketing and broadcasting. He watched how the NFL and the NBA weren't just leagues, they were entertainment machines. And that idea stuck with him. In 1985, Lalit got arrested in the US, charged with drug possession, assault, and even kidnapping. The charges didn't stick, but it was serious enough that his father pulled him back to India immediately. Most families would have buried this, most sons would have stayed quiet. But not Lalit. He wasn't ashamed. If anything, he was just getting started. It is the early 1990s. India's economy is opening up. Liberalization is underway. Satellite television is finally starting to break the grip of Doordarshan. Foreign media giants like Disney, ESPN, CNN, they all want in. But the rules say they can't do it alone. They need someone local, someone sharp, someone with connections. Enters Lalit Modi. He's young, he's ambitious, and most importantly, he sees it coming before anyone else. In 1993, he launches Modi Entertainment Network, or MEN. On paper, it's just another media distribution company. But Lalit, he knows exactly what he's building. A bridge between America's biggest entertainment brands and the 1 billion eyeballs waiting in India. And then somehow, he lands Disney. How? Well, it wasn't luck. It was leverage. He had the Modi name, old money, old power. He had American exposure, years in the US, a Duke education, business instinct shaped in the two worlds, and he knew how to sell a story. He said, "We weren't just distributing content, we were building a new India, one satellite dish at a time." In 1994, Modi Entertainment Network signs with Walt Disney Television, then with ESPN, The deal gives Modi exclusive rights to distribute Disney and ESPN content in India. Think about what that means. He controls how a generation of Indian kids first experience Mickey Mouse, Disney Channel, and live international sports. This isn't just a media deal, this is power. Through ESPN, Modi starts learning the real playbook: how sports broadcasting works in the West, how ad slots are sold, how audiences are captured, how games are turned into shows. He's watching, he's absorbing, and quietly he's building something of his own. But then things fall apart. By the late 90s, Disney and ESPN pull the plug. They accuse Modi of breaching the contract. They go independent. Modi Entertainment Network is out. For most people, this would have been the end of the story. For Lalit Modi, it was just the prologue. He didn't care about the fallout. He had already gotten what he came for: a front row seat to how media empires are built, and he wasn't just watching anymore. He was ready to build his own. Lalit Modi had just lost the Disney and ESPN deals. But what he walked away with was something far more valuable: a new kind of obsession. By the early 2000s, he had figured it out. If you want real power in India, you don't go to Bollywood, you don't go to Parliament, you go to cricket. And if you want to control cricket in India, you had to go through the BCCI, the Board of Control for Cricket in India. It was old, it was rich, and it was completely locked, controlled by Jagmohan Dalmia and his inner circle. State associations passed down like family heirlooms. If you weren't born into it, you weren't getting in. He started pushing in from the edges. Modi's first move was Punjab. He became vice president under I.S. Bindra. But there was a catch. Only presidents could attend the BCCI meetings. So, he started joining everywhere: Goa, Himachal, Odisha, Baroda, Delhi. He built connections, gathered members, collected votes. In Delhi alone, he got support from over 1,900 members. Still, Dalmia blocked every door Modi knocked on. So, he found another way. In Rajasthan, Modi teamed up with Vasundhara Raje, a rising political force. She passed a new Sports Regulation Act. It required all sports bodies to be run on district-based merit, not private dynasties. He became president of Barmer district. Dalmia blocked him again. So Modi made his boldest move yet. He applied again, this time using just his full legal name, Lalit Kumar. Same person, different paperwork. And that's how he slipped through. Modi became president of Nagaur district. And from there he went to work, built an academy, constructed a cricket ground. Then in 2004, Vasundhara Raje became chief minister. His position strengthened. But the old guard didn't give up. They challenged the new law in court, High Court, Supreme Court. Modi won twice. His goal was clear: bring real, competitive cricket to Rajasthan, a state that had never hosted a single international match. He presented a blueprint, and when the elections came, he won 31 out of 32 districts. Over 1 lakh people came out in celebrations. The Rungtas family's 38-year reign in Rajasthan cricket ended. Lalit Modi was now the president of the Rajasthan Cricket Association, and with that he had finally earned a seat inside the BCCI. Around the same time, Sharad Pawar, one of India's most powerful politicians, challenged Dalmia for the BCCI presidency. He backed Pawar, and Pawar won, and as a reward, Lalit Modi was named the vice president of the BCCI. He was no longer knocking on the door, he was sitting at the table. Now, Lalit Modi wasn't just inside Indian cricket, he had the real power. He looked around the BCCI boardroom and saw numbers that made no sense. The BCCI was earning just 20 crore a year from broadcasting for the most watched sport in the country. He said, "We were making 10 crore per match at ESPN. Why is the entire board making only 20 in a whole year?" I told them I will make 2,000 crores. People laughed. He had seen it all up close. Sponsorship deals criminally undervalued. Official jerseys sold privately outside the board's books. Air Sahara, the front sponsor, was paying just 1 crore a year. Modi called them out by name: Dalmia, Mascarenas, others. He claimed side deals were everywhere. Even the math system was broken. There were only 5 test centers. Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, and Punjab. Rajasthan? Never. He explained how tickets were sold under the table, ad panels were underpriced, and crores were made in black, all undocumented and untaxed. Modi said enough. He pushed for a fully computerized system. When Rajasthan finally got to host a match, Modi didn't just make a point, he made a fortune. 30 crore in a single day. Then, the deals started coming. Air Sahara, once paying 1 crore a year, had turned into 300 crores. Nike, kit sponsorship, 200 crores. For the first time, the Indian cricket jersey had a real market value, from 1 crore a year to 3 crore per day. A new broadcast tender was already live. Minimum bid $500 million. He had leverage, he had numbers, and now he had proof that cricket in India wasn't just a sport, it was a billion-dollar business. From 2005 to 2007, BCCI revenues went from $67 million to over $1 billion in just 2 years. Modi wasn't here to play by the rules, he was here to rewrite them. It's the mid-2000s. Cricket is booming, but only when India plays. India vs Pakistan, stadium packed. India vs England, maybe. Ashes in India, no one's watching. Lalit Modi looked at the numbers and saw a problem. There are 110 days of international cricket. What about the rest of the year? The billion-dollar idea wasn't about hype. It came from a gap. Modi realized Indian fans didn't care about international rivalries. They cared about India, emotion, entertainment. So he asked, what if we give them something more? That same year, the ICC announced the first T20 World Cup. Fast, loud, made for TV. India had only played one international T20 match until then. Modi pitched an idea to BCCI President Sharad Pawar. A T20 league, Indian franchise-based city teams. Pawar gave him the green light. Modi flew to England, the birthplace of T20. He studied everything, county matches, local fan bases, celebrity culture. T20 wasn't just a game, it was a business model. Then came the famous Wimbledon meeting with IMG's Andrew Wildblood. Over a napkin, they sketched the Indian Premier League. And just as plans took shape, ZTV launched the ICL, Indian Cricket League, a private league, independent outside the BCCI. To Modi, this wasn't about cricket, it was about control, and he would beat them using the system. India sent a young, untested team to the 2007 T20 World Cup. No Sachin, no Dravid, no Ganguly, just a rookie captain, MS Dhoni. September 13, 2007, Taj Palace, Delhi. The night the team left for South Africa, Lalit Modi called a meeting. He launched the IPL that night. That was the real beginning. Then Modi flew to South Africa. His goal? To understand how to sell T20 to Indian fans. Short, flashy, fast. But India's biggest names weren't playing. So he motivated the youngsters.
Anybody who hits 6 sixes or takes 6 wickets, I'll give you a Porsche out of my pocket.
Yuvraj answered, 6 ball, 6 sixes. Suddenly, cricket changed. Bollywood stars, board members, everyone flew to Johannesburg for the final. India won the tournament. On his flight back, Modi was already working. He called Nike. I want 5 open deck buses, victory parade at dawn. Next morning, 4.5 million people came out. The parade took 9 hours to reach the D.Y. Patil Stadium. That's when we knew IPL had already won. Now it was time to build. He brought in Bollywood. Shah Rukh Khan bought Kolkata. Preeti Zinta took Punjab. Vijay Mallya chose Bangalore. Then came the deals. Sony, $1 billion for broadcasting rights. Franchise auction, $722 million across 8 teams. All this before a single ball was bowled. Match 1, Kolkata vs Bangalore. McCallum walks out and explodes 158 runs of 73 balls. That knock didn't just light up the night, it lit up India. By the end of the match, IPL wasn't a league, it was a revolution. The league was just a year old and already fighting to survive. March 2009. IPL Season 2 was coming, but so were India's general elections, the largest democratic event on earth, and in the chaos, cricket was pushed aside. 23 days before IPL Season 2, Lalit Modi got the call from Delhi. No security can be guaranteed for IPL matches, not in Mumbai, not in Delhi, not in any Congress-ruled state. So Modi turned to the BJP states, Gujarat, Rajasthan and MP. He rewrote the schedule, shifted venues, once, twice, 157 changes in 20 days. Still not enough. Now the centre blocked paramilitary forces even in BJP states. The IPL had no home. This wasn't cricket anymore, it was survival. Two choices, cancel the league or move it out of India. No one had ever relocated a league across borders, not in 3 weeks. But Modi had decided. He called the Cricket South Africa. How fast can we do this? 72 hours, they said. In 3 days, Modi booked 8 stadiums, secured hotels for every team, reworked broadcast deals, signed local sponsors, got visas approved, arranged top-level security. But back in India, the headlines turned. How did Modi move 500 crores abroad? Who approved this? Why wasn't the government told? Modi stood firm. If I hadn't acted, IPL would have died. He didn't just save a league, he changed the game. But that act made him a legend and a threat, especially to one man, N. Srinivasan.
He was a member, secretary of the board also. He was the biggest adversary of mine. I went up against him. So he did many things, empire fixing. He said, I did. I accused him for it. He would change the empires. And I didn't think 2 things about it in the beginning. But then when I realized that he's putting Chennai empires on Chennai game, it was an issue for me. That's called indirect fixing. So when I started to expose those, he went totally against me.
Lalit Modi had built a billion-dollar product, but in the process, he made enemies across politics, business and cricket. By 2010, IPL revenue crossed 700 crore. From Doordarshan to global primetime, Modi had transformed Indian cricket. The BCCI wanted more, so they expanded. 2 new teams. Modi raised the base price from $50 million to $225 million. Big players entered, Adani, JP, Videocon. But a late surprise bid from Kochi raised eyebrows. Especially one deal. Sunanda Pushkar, given 25% stake, 15% of revenue for free. Modi asked questions. A call came. Back off or face raids. It was Shashi Tharoor, Union Minister, reportedly close to Pushkar. Modi signed the deal, but wrote, signed under duress. Then he tweeted 280 characters that altered the future of Indian cricket. Who are the shareholders of Rendezvous, and why have they been given this hundreds of $1 million bonanza? The same has been promised free to Sunanda Pushkar. A sweet equity of rupees 70 crores is being gifted to her for free by Rendezvous Sports, the owners of Kochi team. The tweet exploded, the media erupted. Tharoor denied it until he couldn't. Modi had exposed political interference at the highest level. After Modi's tweet, one of the consortium members, Vivek Venugopal, filed a formal complaint to the BCCI president Shashank Manohar. He demanded Modi retract the tweet and his media statements. Modi disclosed all franchise ownerships, not just Kochi's. Modi issued a public apology for violating confidentiality. Modi had broken confidential agreement by making that tweet that made him a liability. The BCCI acted. 22 charges, from match manipulation to the breach of confidentiality. April 25, 2010, the IPL final. The man who built a billion-dollar sports league, who turned cricket into a global business, was now being told, step down quietly or we will bring it all down on you. He refused. He gave the speech, and that night he started receiving threats. Modi's personal bodyguard approached him at the airport. Sir, we can only protect you for the next 12 hours. After that, we have been ordered to stand down. There's a hit planned on you. You are no longer safe. Leave now. A decoy motorcade rolled out. The real Lalit Modi escaped India, quietly, secretly. No charges, no arrest, just exile. Years passed, cases faded, and from London Lalit Modi watched. They banned him for life, not for corruption, but for telling the truth.